Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Daisy, aka Money Mastering Mama, and today I wanted to show you guys how I have been using the Budget by Paycheck Excel worksheets by the Budget Mom. As you can see, I recently bought her building blocks of budgeting course, which included the Budget by Paycheck guide with the Excel version, and it's been really awesome. So first, here is the budget calendar view for December of 2025. I'm just adding my birthday here because my birthday is on December 11th. And let's do my birthday, exclamation point, to make it fun. But I'm just gonna, like I said, go through and fill all this out. So come along with me, fill it out on your end if you have it too, or whatever budget workbook that you have. So for December, my next pay period is going to be it starts the 5th of December. So I plan to have my first job income being $2,500. It's pretty steady because it is salary. Second job should be about $1,700, and then I do have some stocks coming vested here soon, and it should be roughly about like $350. So we'll put that in there for now, and that should be all of my income for this pay period. And moving on to fixed expenses and bills. First will be rent. I'm just going to put for most of these just the date that I get paid as the date. I don't really keep track of the actual days that everything is due. But rent is going to be $2,750. Flex pay is going to be about $300, and that's just like an advance pay at my job that I did have to take out this time, unfortunately, just due to stocks not hitting when they were supposed to, but it will be reimbursed. So credit card payments will be about $155, and I believe that should be all for my fixed expenses. So that totals about 3,205 and leaves 1,345 for variable spending. So first is groceries. That's typically about $700 a pay period, depending on, if I take care of all three people in my household for groceries, so that's why it's a little bit high. Home, typically we can keep that at $100 a pay period. Subscriptions, $100 a pay period. I do usually use less than that though, but I just like to keep it at 100 just in case. And then miscellaneous, we're gonna actually bump that up to 400, leaves 45 left over, and I'm going to put sinking funds towards my emergency fund. So for the rest, $45 towards my emergency fund. And then I am going to also plan out the last pay period of the year, which for me is going to be December 19th. So again, job 1 should bring in 2,500. Job 2 should bring in about 1,800 this time. That's what I'm shooting for with overtime. And then again, I should have some more stocks come through during this period. I should have some more stocks coming through during this period, which should be about $800 roughly. And then for fixed expenses and bills, I do have a lot in this pay period, starting with my storage bill, which is always $120. And then my SoCal gas bill, which is typically $50 or under. My AAA, which is $200. My Frontier internet bill, which is way too high, 115. I need to call them about that. My electric bill also way too high. It's going to be about $400. My car payment, again, way too high. It's going to be $660. Can't wait till that's paid off. And then car registration, which will be about $300 this year. Okay, and that should be all for my bills. And moving on to variable expenses. Groceries, I'm giving myself 800 because it's Christmas time, so we're probably going to eat a little bit more or eat out. Home again 100, subscriptions again 100, and Christmas gifts is going to be a little late, but I'm giving myself 300 there. Miscellaneous, giving myself 1,000 here. Again, it is Christmas time, so I'm hoping to have that saved for an emergency fund, like towards my emergency fund, but I'm just going to put it in miscellaneous for now until the time comes. And then I will just put 55 towards emergency regardless. And the rest is going to go towards credit card payments. And that gives us, zero left over for both pay periods. And as you can see here now, the pay date 1 and 2 is filled out, and then also, the bills that I put in there. And like I said, this is really like my first time. This is my first month was in the second half of November reviewing all of this and putting this information in. So the December is going to be my first full month messing around with this. So I'm just still learning, how everything looks and how everything is. This is the expense tracker that I filled out so far. You could see it's today's the 29th as I'm recording this, so I have a few items to add in here to make it match my bank account, but I really like it so far. I do highly recommend investing in this. So I'm just going to take a second and update these. I did end up getting more groceries yesterday. And it was actually from Albertsons, not DoorDash. And then I did also make a Target purchase today for some vision boards that we're going to do tomorrow for 2026. So I'm actually very excited about that. And then I do have some money coming in from my boyfriend, just for some things that he wanted me to get on my card that he has cash and just didn't have it. So my boyfriend's going to pay me back because he used my card to purchase like some video games or something, and he had the cash to give me. So he will give me that soon. And I don't know why it was showing on the expense tracker as a negative 132.60. The correct balance is at the top where it says ending balance 2625. I don't know what kind of glitch. I know I messed it up the other day. That's why there's like the last 6 items are just kind of messed up. But the top is correct. The ending balance should be 2625. And then this is a monthly debt and savings overview. So you can see I completely paid off my 2023 taxes, paid $1,497, paid towards my Indigo credit card. I saved $40 towards my emergency fund and invested $10 into my son's custodial account that I just started. So as you can see, it does have a nice net worth tracker as well. Right now, my total net worth is $57,000. Thankfully, my work stocks, as you can see, it basically doubled over the past few months. So now it's worth $94,000, which well exceeds my total debts. And I just listed, all debts here, but that includes everything that I have because I just too lazy to put them individually. But yeah, I'm very excited about that network for now. So I'm just taking a look here at November. Again, I started this like I think the 21st when I got paid. Yeah, that's when I bought it. So I don't have too much information here. I'm just trying to add some of these actuals to November so we can kind of get some better numbers. But I don't have too much information here yet. So as I go on and use it, it will be a lot nicer, I think, to see and update. Okay, so now I want to go and take a look at the budget breakdown. This is where, all of my budget categories are showing. Again, a lot of them are not filled out because I only tracked a portion of November, but you can see the totals of what I do have so far. So you can see I did go over my groceries budget because this was only for one pay period. So my total monthly for two pay periods is $1,400, and I spent in one pay period $1,115. And that is because it was Thanksgiving, and like I mentioned, my boyfriend did also reimburse me for some things, and some of it was food as well. So, you know you live and you learn. I'll just definitely try to get that in check for next month. But it's also cool because to the right you can see, the monthly spending by category, the bar graph. So you could see miscellaneous was my highest expense, 33%. Debt was my next highest expense for this month, and then groceries was the third highest expense. And miscellaneous, I just had a lot of random things come up. So that won't happen, for next month. But yeah, no, I'm really enjoying this Excel budget by paycheck workbook so far. And if you enjoyed, then please do give it a thumbs up. Comment, what you're using to track your budget, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.